When I decided to dip my toe in the waters of starting my own website, I was just like you. I was in a career that gave me fulfillment at a job that was slowly draining the life from me. I went from loving going to work every day to having the Sunday scaries follow me around every day of the week. I would just sit and cry to my husband that I wished there was something else that I could do with the degree I had spent so much money on. My family and I worked so hard to achieve that, but it seemed like there weren't any other options. This was before online business was really a thing, and most websites trying to monetize were really scammy. My coworkers urged me to lean into training people outside of our building. I realized I really liked that idea and I considered working for a company, but I wanted flexibility in my life. I was tired of feeling like I was barely there for our 2 children, and when I was there, I was just purely exhausted. I also knew we were interested in moving out of state, and I wanted to find something that I could potentially bring with me. After 2 years of thinking it over, I decided to try starting a website where I could do the training I had learned to love with people all over the world. When I mentioned it to some others in my field, they all thought it would be a great idea. But when you start out with something new, you don't know what you don't know. And I worked the entire process backwards. I am a firm believer that everything happens exactly as it needs to, and timing is always perfect. So even though I feel like I lost a ton of time working backwards through this system, I see where I am now compared to where I started, and I realize that's exactly where I'm meant to be. If you're considering starting your own website as a means of income, please listen to me as someone who has done it, has been there, and has stumbled along the way, but has finally figured it out. Every day that passes is another day that you've made no progress. You're likely suffering from creation overload, leading to some costly mistakes in developing that website. If you find yourself in a cycle of coming up with an idea, trying to research how to make it happen, and then being flooded with ideas or experts who are telling you exactly what you need to do, and most of them contradict each other. You're feeling unfulfilled professionally, so you really want this to take off, but it almost feels like you're setting your money on fire trying to find your way to financial freedom. Starting your own website can be a game changer, offering an escape from unfulfilling jobs and the chance to actually pursue your passions. However, it's important to avoid common pitfalls that many newcomers face. In this video, we'll discuss the top 5 mistakes people make when creating their first website. Understanding these missteps will help you build a successful online presence that not only reflects your interests, but also opens doors to financial freedom and personal growth. Hi, I'm Jen, and welcome to Student-Centered World Behind the Scenes. In 2018, I started my own website and have turned it into a complete online business. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you like what you hear. So why even start a website in the first place? If you're like many people, you unfortunately feel stuck in a job that isn't what you imagined it would be, working for somebody else's dream instead of your own. It's a common story. Society tells us to follow a traditional career path because it's considered safe. But does this guarantee success? The answer is no. Many find themselves in unfulfilling jobs, earning less than they deserve, or in toxic environments. Plus, there's the burden of student loan debt that so many of us see because student loans were seen as essential for success for so many of us, and then found out later that it wasn't. Staying in this vortex instead of breaking free is what I call the professional pitfall cycle, keeping you trapped in unfulfilling work. Now consider this. Many of us stay in jobs we dislike because it feels safe. But is that truly how you want to spend potentially decades of your life? What if there was a way to keep the income of our current job, but begin shifting towards doing something that brings us joy and also some money, potentially replacing or exceeding what you make now? Starting your own website can be the perfect way to bridge this gap by allowing you to share your passion with others and begin generating income while still having the safety net of your current job. By creating content that reflects your interests, you can connect with like-minded individuals and build a community. Instead of remaining stuck or relying on a new company, take control of your future and turn your passions into a fulfilling business. This not only allows you to pursue what you love, but also opens the door to financial freedom and personal growth. Creating your first website can be an empowering step towards independence, but it can also feel overwhelming. It's easy to fall into traps like overthinking design or ignoring your audience or trying to do everything yourself. These missteps often stem from fear and uncertainty, but they don't have to hold you back. The top 5 mistakes people make when creating their first website often arise from this fear and lack of direction. But don't let these common pitfalls keep you from achieving true career freedom and work-life balance. When starting a website, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by the sheer amount of information available on how to get it done. Many newcomers stumble by not fully understanding the essentials that can lead to success and mistakes that can hinder their progress. To set yourself up for success, it's important to understand and avoid these pitfalls. By focusing on these aspects, you can build a strong foundation for your website. Remember, creating a website is a process, and doing this will help ensure your site truly reflects your vision and meets your audience needs. Mistake number 1, not having a clear purpose. Before you start building your website, ask yourself, what do I want this website to achieve? Whether it's to ultimately sell products or just provide information or maybe attract new clients, having a clear purpose will guide your design and content choices. Think of your website as a tool. It should serve a specific function for your business or idea. Without a clear purpose, your website can become cluttered and confusing for visitors. Mistake number 2, ignoring mobile users. Did you know that over half of all web traffic comes from mobile devices now? If your website isn't mobile friendly, you're potentially losing out on a huge audience. Make sure your site looks and works great on all devices. Test your website on a phone or tablet. If it's hard to navigate or read, make adjustments. Many website builders offer mobile optimization tools to help with this. Mistake number 3, overcomplicating the design. It's easy to get carried away with flashy designs and features, but simplicity is key. A clean, easy to navigate website keeps visitors engaged and makes it easier for them to find what they need. Focus on a simple design with clear navigation. Use easy to read fonts, a cohesive color scheme, and high quality images that reflect your brand. Mistake number 4, neglecting SEO. Search engine optimization, or SEO, might sound technical, but it's really essential for getting your website noticed. Basic SEO practices like using relevant keywords, creating quality content, and having a fast loading site can make a big difference. You don't need to be an expert. Start with the basics. Include keywords related to your business in your content. Use descriptive titles and meta descriptions, and make sure your site loads quickly. Mistake number 5, not including a call to action. Your website should guide visitors towards a specific action, whether it's contacting you or signing up for a newsletter or a freebie or even making a purchase. Make sure every page has a clear, compelling call to action. Think about what you want your visitors to do and then make it easy for them. Use buttons, links, and clear instructions to guide them. If you've already started your site and realize you've made some of these mistakes, that's okay, because let's be honest, companies make mistakes all of the time and they learn and grow from them. Did you know that in the 1990s, Apple faced significant financial challenges due to poor product decisions and lack of focus? The company was near bankruptcy. However, with the return of Steve Jobs in 1997, Apple revamped its product line, introduced innovative products like the iMac, and focused on design and user experience. This turnaround, alongside the launch of the iPod, iPhone, and other products we know and love, helped Apple grow into one of the most successful companies in the world. If Apple can do it, you certainly can too. When I first decided to take the leap and start my own website, I was overwhelmed by the amount of information out there and the potential pitfalls to fall into. I remember feeling stuck in a job that didn't fulfill me, much like you might be feeling right now. The thought of creating a website seemed daunting, but I knew it was a necessary step to pursue my passions and gain independence. I made many mistakes along the way, from overcomplicating the design to neglecting mobile optimization because I didn't know any better. It was a steep learning curve, but each error taught me valuable lessons. Just like Apple turned things around by focusing on innovative design and user experience, I also learned to streamline my website and what I do and how I do it, and to focus on my audience. Through patience, persistence, and learning from my missteps, I eventually built a site that truly reflected my vision and connected with my audience. If I can navigate through the challenges and achieve success, so can you. Don't let the fear of mistakes hold you back from starting. Thanks for watching my video. If you liked what you saw, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you're notified when I put up new videos. If you're interested in finding out more about starting your own website, I do have a free 25-minute webinar that is running right now that you can register for. Just go to studentcenteredworld.com/freedom and sign up.